Happening later this morning, a local fish farm hits the auction block. Jen Mullen joining us live outside of the Columbia County Courthouse, where all of this is taking place in just a few hours. Jen?
Julia, Local Ocean closed its doors earlier this morning. Today's auction, which is set for 11 o'clock this morning at this courthouse behind me, is going to determine the fate of a major supplier in our area and the fate of 19 employees who lost their jobs when the doors shut, like I said earlier this month. Now, this is all after the company failed to pay some of its mortgage payments. Local Ocean, they claim to be the first commercial zero discharge system to saltwater fish in the world. The company is a huge supplier locally and statewide, especially to some of the restaurants and major supermarkets like Price Chopper. Yet Local Ocean owes close to $200,000 in back taxes. And while the town supervisor tells us that they're concerned about the thousands of fish left behind, they're hopeful for a fresh start.
We could actually have a buyer on site. That's promising for the town of Greenport, because we don't want to lose. Town of Greenport needs to get these 19 employees back to work. This guy, Mr. Martin, is agreeable with that.
He's talking about a potential buyer that flew in for 3 days from Virginia. He will be on site again today and at this auction. He's been touring the facility and expressing very high interest, especially in an expansion if he is to take the plan over. Julia?
And Jen, what's been happening with all those fish left behind since the plant closed? I mean, we're looking at video here of big tubs of thousands of fish.
Thousands of fish. Great question, Julia. In fact, they've actually got environmental officials monitoring the plant and making sure that those fish are okay. I know at one point they were talking about shipping some of those plants to local food pantries. I'm not sure whether or not that ever happened or if that's still in the future plans, but I think all eyes again are today at this auction that's set off for 11 o'clock this morning and what's going to happen. And then, of course, I'm sure future details will come to light and we'll be able to share those with our viewers later today.
Sure. Jen, thank you for that report. Jen Mullen live at the Columbia County Courthouse, and we'll see you on the CW 15 for another update.